What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Draft to Glory. I'm loving draft at the moment guys, and whether that's FIFA 18, FIFA 19 or potentially FIFA 17, you might have already seen a FIFA 17 draft on the channel. We did a FIFA 18 draft and you guys loved it, and people were like, why not do FIFA 17 and FIFA 16 since they both had drafts as well. So yeah, I might have already uploaded the FIFA 17 one, I might not have. If I haven't, look out for that, and if I have, go and watch it, dudes. Thanks. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying Draft to Glory, drop a thumbs up on the video, it would be very much appreciated. Let's take the 4-2-3-1, my favourite formation and a good one for the 1-9-3. Hopefully we can start with a Eusebio or a Hullet. We can't. I'm going to take Insigne. De Bruyne would be a good shout, but I would much prefer Team of the Year De Bruyne, and I would much prefer not wasting a cam spot for a potential icon. And we're going to get 99 Pele. Let's go. One of my favourite players in the game this year. You know, I made a video of a draft saying 99 Pele is insane. And people were like, well, obviously he's 99 rated, obviously. But, like, just above and beyond. You know what I mean? Come on, give me Maradona. Give me Maradona. No, but we do get Socrates. And the third cam. Yes, 3 in a row. Maradona? No, but, hey, listen. Look at that start. 99 Pele, 94 Cam Neymar, and 92 Socrates. That is brilliant. Now give me some deadbeat striker. No. Oh, man. I'll take that Griezmann there. Griezmann. I used to call him Griezmann. I didn't realise he was called Griezmann until I listened to commentators say his name. But anyway, brilliant start to this draft. All we need now is a couple good DMs, which we're not going to get. Coquelin's a good shout, good card. Martin's a good shout. French links to Neymar, who doesn't need chemistry actually. He already gets the full links. We'll take Martin. Martin with a shadow could be quite useful. Can we get Team of the Year Marcelo? No, but we do get headliner Alexandro, which is fantastic. In as our first centre-back role. Come on, don't even... everything is just coming up trumps here. I could take Eder Militao, brilliant card. I'm going to take Chiellini, obviously. Strong links to Alexandro. Has multiple good options in goal, which we're not going to get. We actually don't get anything that's helpful here. I'll take Pickford, basic chem style, 85 rated. Bobby Moore would be ideal here. We are getting a blue pick as well. It's not an icon. Do I take Godin and go La Liga? Or do I take Alderweireld because I have Pickford and I get some chemistry? And Alderweireld links to Road to the Final Aurier that we're about to get. We didn't get him. We got the regular Aurier. And I'm going to take DeMarcos. You guys are going to be like, no, don't do it. Take Aurier. That base Aurier card is just trash. I don't care for him. I don't want him. I'd rather wait for an opportunity to get somebody better. And on that note, we could take Thomas Partey. If I'd have taken Godin, that would have been perfect. Alas, we did not. Biglia's okay. Biglia works pretty decent, actually, because we can farm him over to that left-hand side and get those guys on a little bit more chemistry. We can swap the two icons around and get a little bit more chemistry. And that's not a bad draft to start things off, guys. Some monster players there. Our back line is actually really good, apart from the chemistry, you know, needing DeMarcos on chem. Apart from DeMarcus being off chem, like, big team. Very happy. Wow. Very happy with what we've got. This is a massive team. This is an absolutely massive squad. Do you know what? Now we'll take Aurier, okay? Just because we've got a massive squad now. This is 95 chemistry, 92 rated, with an 81 and two 81s in there. If we can improve on those two 81s... Damn it, Carvajal, why? Why now? I can put Carvajal and DeMarcos in. I'll take Carvajal. I know you guys probably wanted me to take Verratti for the fact that he links with Neymar as a strong link, but that doesn't help anyone for chemistry. And if it was a better version of Verratti, I would have considered it massively, but ultimately I don't really care. I am definitely, though, going to take Ricardo Pereira. We would lose chemistry with him currently. I have like 4 right backs. Come on, give me a big card that I need. Godin would have been the one, man. Because it, like, we have DeMarcos anyway, but we could have put Felipe Luis at right back. What I am going to do is take Felipe Luis because as a CDM, he is brilliant. Great defending, great physical, good stand, brilliant dribbling and passing. 6 foot tall, doesn't have the work rates necessarily. But yeah, he is a brilliant card. Now we've got 6 picks to go here, guys. Let us hope. I don't care about the rating per se. Obviously, if we could get a nice high-rated team, brilliant. All I care about is kind of fleshing out the squad and getting the players that are going to be best for us. Now, what shadows do I have? How many do I have? 1 shadow, 2 shadows, 3 shadows with Griezmann. I don't really care for hunters. We'll take the shadow of Leyoun there so that we can put that on one of the defenders. And then the next pick, let's take the hunter this time of Caligiuri. And we've got 3 picks to go. As per usual, the bench just kind of throwing me down. Although we do get Jari Litmanen. Would be a really good sub to have. Luka Modric. We could put in Modric, Carvajal, and DeMarcos and get pretty much the same chemistry as what we have now. Although, do I want to use Luka Modric as a CDM? Realistically, no. But let's see what it does for us. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So we do lose 2 chem points in that fashion. But it's just better. I don't know. I think it's better. What do you guys think? Having Modric in there. I don't know if I'd even use Modric. I mean, I'd use Modric and then I'd sub Felipe Luis in. All I had to have done, guys, genuinely, was take Godin, and we'd just be in a much better spot. Although I wouldn't have a goalkeeper, just generally speaking, we'd be in a much better spot. So our penultimate pick here, give me Team of the Year Mbappe. No, it's Silvers. So we'll take another shadow. Let me sort out chem styles, guys. I'll BRB. All right, that is that done. Chem styles are sorted. Our final pick is terrible. We'll take Anthony Martial. Let's put this draft back together. It's a nice squad. It is I'm really happy with most of the team. Very happy with the formation. Very happy with the fact that we got Socrates in our team. Especially in this formation, having the wide cams as I do be utilised, to an extreme advantage. We've only got the one side with the advantage, mind, but it is still a nice advantage, and I'm just generally very happy with the squad and how it's looking. Now, it's only going to be 91 rated, maybe even only 90 rated, and we're not going to get the full chemistry. In terms of subs, we actually don't have great offensive subs. We could start it a little bit differently to get a better offensive sub, but I don't even care to not take these guys off. All I'm going to do is put Socrates at my right cam role. And in fact, if we did that, well, no, we lose way too much chem with him there because Biglia needs the extra link. I'm going to have to change him in game, which sucks. But yeah, that guys is the squad. Brilliant back line, brilliant goalkeeper. My 2 CDMs are a little bit suspect, and so both Alderweireld and Felipe Luis could potentially come in to those CDM roles just as good defensive options. Socrates, Pele, Neymar, and Griezmann are phenomenal. Hopefully we can get the right manager to at least boost us up like 3 or 4 chem points here. 93, 93, 94, 94, 95. There we go. The Spanish manager is the one for me. And that is going to be the squad, guys. So it's only a 185, but the team is brilliant. Very excited to use this team. Always love using that Pele card. Let's get into the action. Okay, guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 4-3-1-2 team. Some really nice players in there with Griezmann and Suarez. His back line is really, really strong, aside from Kieran Trippier. But then his midfield and cams are just super weak. Pastore, Joan Jordan's first in form. I think Koke and Rafinha as his 4 midfielders there. And I was able to just really dominate the game and capitalise off of that, even though I had 10 men. And I tell you something, guys, and I'll talk about this a little bit more after the gameplay, it felt good to win this game. I went down to 10 men in the 48th minute. Chiellini got a red card. Deserved red card, to be fair. My opponent missed the penalty as well. But you can see there, even with 10 men, I held so much possession and dominated the game so much. You know why? Because even when I had a man sent off, this guy just stayed one depth, dropped back, and stay back while attacking on all of his players and just tried to counter me. And it felt great to beat him. It felt genuine. Like, after that game, I was pumped. I was hyped. I was so happy. Because for me, if I'm playing against somebody and they get a red card, I'm now going to go on the aggressive because I have a man advantage. I can control the midfield and the attack, and I'll outscore my opponent. Maybe I'll concede a goal, maybe I'll concede 2 goals on counter-attacks from being so offensively dominant, but I know I will score more goals. So it felt good to be a player playing like that, and it got us into the second round. And into the second round, we end up scoring the first goal there with a scoop, shoot, and score from Neymar. Eventually, it became 2-0. The ball comes across to Socrates there. And the Brazilians were just brilliant for me in this draft. You know, all 3 Brazilian cams, Alexandro at left back. Like, we just had a lot of fun, you know, a samba party, if you like. My opponent did score an absolute banger there with Eusebio, just further, amplifying how broken first-time shots are. Not even necessarily volleys, and I think that's why that header went in as well, which, again, phenomenal header. I'm not trying to say that he's lucky to score that or anything. Like, you know, you look at that header and you just think, wow, what a goal. Like, you know, big goal. But the issue is that it's first-time shots that are broken, not driven shots, not timed shots, first-time shots. So whether it's a header or a volley or just a regular shot as a first-time shot, you got a way better chance of it going in, which is stupid because although you can get, you know, I've seen in real football, we're talking about now, I've seen football players hit banging first-time shots, and when you see them, they look great, and you're like, wow, that's what we're here for today. I want to see that. We all know that in terms of being a football player, the best football players in the world, they set themselves, they ready themselves and steady themselves and get prepared for a shot. Not all the time, but majority of the time. You know, when you see someone, you know, let's talk about the best strikers in world football: Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Alexandre Lacazette, Danny Welbeck. These guys, they you know, they'll run 10, 15 yards with the ball and then shoot. They don't run 10, 15 yards with the ball, scoop it up to themselves to make sure that it now counts as a first-time shot and then bang home a volley. Although, you know, obviously, people like Welbeck and Lacazette and Aubameyang, they have it in their locker. You know, of course they've got it in their locker. They are some of the world's greatest talents, if not the best world's greatest talents. But you don't see it so much in real life. You see touches and time in real life, not first-timers. But for some reason, EA have just got it wildly wrong on this one. You know, and this isn't necessarily me bashing the game. This is just an observation of playing the game so much this year that allows me to know that if it's a first-time shot from any part of the body in any shot mechanic, it will likely go in the back of the net. Into the semi-final, guys. We end up winning the semi-final 3-2. This guy, he was a really, really strong player. The second round opponent, he was a very good player as well. But I think this guy here in the semi-final, he was probably the better player that I'd played the whole draft. We managed to sneak through into the final after just a strong performance, but you'll see from the match stats there, it was an even game. Chances even, possession even, tackles even. Like, he was a really, really good player. But I managed to get through into the final. And into the final, we come up against an 88 rated, 86 chem team. That's just weird. It's just got so much wrong with it. Koscielny and Mendy, nowhere near good enough. Herrera, Verratti, Rashford and Willian, nowhere near good enough. Trent off chem, still probably would work. But we get a very early goal in this one. The AI scoring a goal for me on this one. I do love that one. I put it to the near post. I've manually selected Socrates. Of course, the AI selects Alexandro for me, jumps and heads that one home. So, you know, a free goal, whatever. We eventually made it 2-0 after 20 minutes. Modric, who was brilliant in that secondary CDM role as well, a big fan of him, gets the ball out, comes to Socrates, faked with the scoop shot, and there's another first-time shot from Pele to make it 2-0. My opponent then got a red card with Marcus Rashford. It's a 2-foot challenge in the back. Ball comes in, and the ball falls to Pele to win the game and take us home to another draft victory. So that, guys, is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. All right, guys. So we won the draft. You know what's really weird? I've played a lot of drafts, man. A lot of drafts. And sometimes I sit there and I genuinely think to myself, how has this guy made it to the final? As you guys probably know, maybe you don't, draft is seeded. So when you're in the first round, you play someone in the first round. When you're in the second round, the same. When you're in the final, you play someone in the final. The guy that I just played in the final, immediately I looked at his team and I thought, how has he got here with this team? It was an extremely mediocre team by draft standards. He had relatively low chem by draft standards, and I actually thought, oh, hold on, the fact that he's got to the final with this team, he is probably a monster player. No. With no disrespect to him, he just was so bad at FIFA, and I just can't. Hey, I'm happy I matched him because I got the win, right? I just can't understand how he made it that far. The guy in the semi-final was definitely the hardest opponent of the whole draft. I can understand matching against easy opponents early, and even in the second round, and potentially the semi-final, but theoretically it should get harder the further you go, and you could even have like a super hard opponent in the first round. And the reason why you could have a super hard opponent in the first round is because if I'm searching for a draft and Tass is searching for a draft and we match up, he's not an easy game just because it's in the first round of the draft, right? So, there's a chance of getting a hard opponent early, and it should get harder. The chance of getting a harder opponent should get higher the longer you go in the draft. It wasn't the case here. As you can see, I've got 3 narrow victories, a 1-0. And do you know what? That guy, it felt so good to be that guy. I play drop back. I don't play one depth, but I do play drop back, and I don't play fast build up anymore. I actually don't think fast build up is effective as it used to be. I don't know why. I just find just playing on balanced attacking is better. But the guy in the first round, he played on one depth, drop back, and quite clearly had all of his players set to stay back while attacking, because he was just 8-9 men in the box the whole game. Even when I got a man sent off, which I think might have been in the first half, or at the very least early on in the second half. No, it was in the first half. Even then, he still wouldn't come out. And so when I eventually scored the goal in extra time, only then did he start trying to play. And so it felt great beating him. I'm not even going to lie. We then won 3-2 and 3-2. And, 3 very narrow victories in the first 3 rounds. And then slapped the guy 20 minutes in, 3-0, a red card for my opponent. And he rage quits. And it was just, I couldn't, like that. That's what I expect out of game 1, not out of game 4. But anyway, this team was great. I tried not to put Socrates out wide until I needed help. Basically, I wanted to just use the team as it was. So eventually, I think in the semi-final, Socrates won me the game with a header, actually. Pele crossed it. Socrates headed it. That's kind of how I changed the team. I forgot to change the chem styles as well, as you can see. I didn't back out. To change the chem styles, when I do the chem style changes, maybe that's why I only narrowly won the games. And maybe this will vindicate some people going, see, we told you don't need to change the chem styles to win a draft. Maybe that's the case too. But yeah, if you don't know, to change chem styles, once you switch them like I do, you have to back all the way out of my team and come back in to have the effect. But obviously I didn't do that. But yeah, I changed the team to this in-game. And last time we used this Griezmann card, I loved him. I don't even think he scored a goal for me this time. I don't remember him getting involved in the action at all. I just didn't find him to be very good at all. But hey, we won the draft. The Brazilian cams, just brilliant. Neymar, Pele, Socrates, phenomenal. Loved it. Very, very big fan. And we get the 2 golds and the 2 premium golds. Typically, a reward set that will make you profit, but will not make you lots of profit. You're very unlikely to get a huge pull out of one of those 225k packs, and even more unlikely to get a big pull out of the that's all right though. Cam to centre forward, it's like 3k. I'll take that straight off the bat. Thank you very much, EA. We'll pop these guys up just for min and then 1 click up, and we'll send the other 2 guys into the club, and then we will get the second 5k pack. Now, and again, this is, more to the point, you tend to make profit off of these rewards because there are just so many items, and you will, even if you sold all of the items for 500 or 600 coins, it's enough. I'm talking about players specifically. It's enough to generate you your revenue back, and especially when you get 1,000 coin unlocks and good position modifiers and stuff, even better. Like, we're already well in excess of 6, 7, 8k back. We haven't even opened the 2 premium gold players packs yet, but we will start with those, and let's see if we can get anything nice. Obviously, we packed Toni Kroos last time around. We get a board here out of the first one. That's very nice indeed. It's German. It's a centre mid. It is going to be Leon Goretzka. I don't think he's worth all that much right now. 83s in general are actually worth, next to nothing. Wow, Rashford is a good pull though. So Goretzka, I think, is Goretzka over 3k? Okay, I'm going to sell him if he's up over 3k right now. And then Marcus Rashford, I can only imagine, is a decent chunk of change as well. Yeah, he looks like he's about 4.5, at least 3K there. We'll pop him up at like 4,400. Listen, guys, this is brilliant. We get an 82 Laurent Koscielny as well, who usually sells for a nice amount. And then again, just a whole bunch of common cards that some of them I'll store in the club because I don't have them yet. And the duplicates I'll list up. We'll get maybe 350 coins, maybe 500 coins, maybe 900 coins. You know, just depends on whether or not they're relevant for an SBC or anything like that. But that is brilliant. I'm very happy already with the rewards that we've got. Premium Gold Players Pack number 2. No walkout here either. But another board. Brilliant. I can't ask for more than this. It's going to be Subasic as well. So an 84 rated, is he? I think he's 84, which could also mean another 83 or 84. Oh, he's only 83. But hey, I'm happy with that. I'm not complaining about that at all. Once again, you know, good profit back off of this draft. In fact, because of the 5k packs that were pretty decent for value, because of the 2 players that were worth a little bit with Goretzka and Rashford and all the other stuff that we got here, we probably made about 10 to 15,000 coins out of that draft all in all, which I'm delighted with. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video for now. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.